What is up, my pen friends and paper lovers? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Devin, and for today's video we have a small haul slash first impressions on the Troublemaker inks. I'm really excited to share this video with you guys for a number of reasons. One is that you seem to be enjoying my Philippines stationery haul. I think by the time that you see this video, we'll have reached 2,000 views, so thank you so much for that. And if you haven't seen that video, I will link it off in the description box below. Second, I feel like this haul is what I would have wanted to come back with from the Philippines. And third, I'm just super jazzed by what this company is trying to do, and I'm super excited to share it with all of you. So if you're unfamiliar with Troublemaker Inks, or TMR Inks for short, they are a company based in the Philippines that produces fountain pen inks. So this company was founded by two young men, Gabriel and Kaiser, and I did find a really great article about them and their journey as entrepreneurs and what their intentions are with this company. So I'm going to leave that in the description box as well. I highly recommend you guys check it out. TMR Inks made their debut at the Manila Fountain Pen Show. So if you're in Manila or can get there, I would recommend keeping an eye out for the next Manila Fountain Pen Show because they'll probably turn up again. These inks are hand mixed, which I think is really cool. It's just two young guys who are following their inclinations to make an ink that they're proud of. They even allow you to customize the ink flow. Their motivation behind that was every ink performs differently in different pens. You might have a gusher, or you might have a pen that writes really dry. So you can customize the ink flow if you have a certain pen in mind, which I think is really cool. I'm not currently at that point in my collection where I know my pens that well. So for all of the inks that I ordered, it's just the regular standard flow. I decided to order one of the inks from their newer collection. This one is in Milky Ocean, and I also decided on their street sampler. So this comes with 10 little vials that are 1 milliliter each, and the full size bottle is 60 ml. Let's go ahead and dive into the swatches. So I decided to pick Milky Ocean as my full-size option because from the swatches, I could just tell that that was an ink that I wanted to have a full size of, and I'm glad I was right. It's just a beautiful periwinkle with a hint of this lighter pink. It really reminds me of those new, oh gosh, the marble pens where it shows like the different colored inks mixed in one. We used to have those back in the day, and I might be dating myself by saying that, but those are really cool, and that's what it reminded me of. So I picked up that, and I decided to do all of my swatches using the TWSBI Eco in Fine. This was before I fully inked it up with Milky Ocean. I just dipped my pen and had at it. For the street sampler, it's just like it sounds. It was a sampler of all of their street inspired inks. So I started off with, and you guys are gonna have to forgive me, I'm probably the worst Filipino right now because I can't pronounce this, but you have Magallanes Street. Oh my gosh, that's probably so painful for some of you guys to hear, but you can comment below and phonetically spell it out for me. I'd really appreciate that. I like this color though because it's just a deep, rich, not quite a raspberry, more of a plum, and I think that would have also been a great option to fill up my TWSBI Eco with, but I was thinking my logic behind that was I only have a sample of that, so I don't want to use it all up at once, and I opted for Milky Ocean. So I'd say that this ink sample is probably one of my favorites from the whole set. The next one is Recto Avenue, and this one is supposed to be a red, but I find it to be more of a red-orange. And it's not something that I would have picked for myself, but I'm really excited that I have it because it gives me a little bit more variety in my ink selection currently. The next one is Escolta Street. So this is supposed to be a quote-unquote auspicious red and gold, and it's definitely more red when you compare Recto Avenue and Escolta Street together. Otherwise, I think Recto Avenue probably looks a little bit more red on its own. Next up, I swatched Osmeña Boulevard, which didn't really match my expectations in accordance to what I saw on the website, but I think it's still a really nice color. It's a very light salmon pink with a little bit of yellow shading in there, just ever so slightly. Then we have España Boulevard, and this is a gold with a lot of shimmer. You guys know I'm a huge fan of shimmer, so this was a really cool one to try out. Next up, we have Nautical Highway. This ink, when I initially swatched it, reminded me a lot of Organic Studio Ernest Hemingway Santiago Sea Blue, but when swatched together, the Ernest Hemingway Santiago Sea Blue was a little bit deeper and richer in color versus the Nautical Highway, but it still had that same red sheening quality about it. I would say Roxas Boulevard is also kind of up there with my favorite inks from this order. I think it looks really nice with the Milky Ocean. It's kind of in that same pastel color family. In the sampler, we also have Colin Street, and this is just a nice gray, a little bit of shading, and I think it leans a little bit green just from what I'm seeing on the paper. And then we have Edsa, which I really like. It's a more yellow gold than España Boulevard, so I like that one as well. It's kind of up there on my top favorites. Last but not least, we have Transcentral Highway, which this ink is really cool because it's based off of a highway in Cebu. I'm not sure if we took that highway when I visited in July, but it's still kind of cool to know. I think the inks that didn't have any shimmer in it were very wet upon application, and then of course the ones that had any sort of like glitter particles wrote a little bit drier, but overall I just feel really good about the sampler set that I got, as well as the full-size Milky Ocean. If you order from Troublemaker Inks, they do ship overseas. I am a perfect example of that. I am based in the States, but I ordered from them. They offer free shipping, which I don't even understand how they're able to do and still make a profit. I mean, I don't know. But however they're doing it, that's awesome. I would just advise, if you're interested in their inks, to join their mailing list. That way you can stay up to date. With that said, I would love to hear from you guys. Did any of these inks pique your interest, and does the Filipino heritage mixed in resonate with you? If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and feel free to share it with a friend who you think might also enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on those notifications, that way you don't miss any of my videos. I love talking about all things pen and paper, so if that's your jam, you should definitely stick around. For more pen and paper goodness, as well as my personal life, you guys can follow me on Instagram. That's at Devin Lou with 2 N's and 2 U's. I do my best to upload here every Thursday evening, so please take care until then. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.